All right, so this is the second part of Chapter 8, Section 1, Intro. All right, we're going to be talking about using tables, okay, and how we can find key characteristics of the uh, quadratic using the table and whatnot. So here we go. We have a table of values is given below for the function y equals x squared minus 2x minus 5. Determine the key characteristics. So a couple things we're going to be looking for are zeros. Zeros in our table are going to tell us a whole lot. Okay, so we're going to be looking for that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in these text boxes real quick so you can see what we're doing. You're going to have to follow my mouse. Okay, so make sure you're paying attention, following along, because we're doing the best we can with what we got for this section, because it's going to be a little bit harder to teach on the whiteboard and to teach without my smartboard. So here we go. X-intercepts are when y is 0. So let's go to the y row here. Okay, this is the y row, and we're going to be looking for zeros. So there's one. Okay, so we have a x-intercept at -3, 0. And we're going to look for the other one, and there it is, 0 and 5 right there. So my other x-intercept is going to be 5, 0. So there we go. There's our two x-intercepts, -3, 0, and 5, 0. So now let's look for our y-intercept. This is when x is 0. So let's go up here to our x row, our x values, and we're going to look for 0, and there it is. All right, so 0, -15. And let's just talk about this for a second. So when I'm looking at my x values, okay, I'm noticing here -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, they're going down. They're getting closer to 0. Okay, so I like that. That's why I was going this way. Here, 29, 0. Notice they're going down. And then here to find my other one, because it could be over here. It could be to the left. I don't know. But here I went from positive numbers to negative numbers. Okay, so I'm going to follow that, see where it goes. Notice now, all of a sudden here, they start to go back down. Okay, so there we go. So that's why I was going this way. All right, now my vertex. As I just said, notice it was going down, and then it got here and started to go back up. So this point right here, because it's where my values switch from decreasing to increasing, that is my vertex. And it's going to tell me that I have a min, okay? And it's going to tell me that my point is 1 and -16, okay? So one more time, my values are going down, and now all of a sudden they go back up. So this point here, the point where that changes from going down to going up, is my vertex, okay? And it's a min here because it went down then up, okay? So that is my vertex. Now that I know my vertex, I'm going to come up here to my axis of symmetry. Okay, that's going to be x equals 1 for my vertex. Okay. Now let's go here to my increasing interval. Okay, my increasing interval is going to be x is greater than or equal to. Okay, so this should have an underline under it. Okay, I don't know if I can do that. Let's see. No. Okay, so x is greater than or equal to. Okay, I tried, so we're just going to kind of leave that. Just know this should have a line under it. So x is, or this should not have a line, my bad. So x is increasing interval on, let's see. Well, this is where it's increasing. So where x is greater than 1, and here decreasing, we're going to have x is less than 1. So there we go. So sorry about that. There is no line under this. I thought we were talking about the domain and range. So let's talk about that. Domain is going to be all real numbers, and my range is going to be where y is greater than or equal to negative 16. So let's go here to this table. Hopefully I don't botch this. So let's go here. All right, so there we go. Man, nothing makes me happier than doing math to Post Malone. Love Post Malone. Great guy. Okay, dropping hot songs right about now. All right, so here we go. So we have x-intercepts. Okay, that's where y is 0. So that's going to be right here. Okay, so let me get that. That's going to be, uh-oh. What is going on now? There we go. So that's going to be negative 9, comma 0. And we have one all the way down here that's 3, 0. So those are my two x-intercepts. Let's go to y-intercept. We're going to be finding that x value is 0. That's right here. So it's going to be 0 and 27. Now we have axis of symmetry. Well, first we need to find my vertex. So that's where it's going to change from either positive to negative or negative to positive. So going up, and then I'm looking for where it goes down. So negative to positive, there's that piece. Now we're going up, 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 down. So it's going to be right here at negative 3 and 36. So that gives me my axis of symmetry as x equals negative 3. Okay, and my increasing interval, well, it's increasing here all the way up. So that's going to be when x is less than negative 3, and my decreasing value is going to be when x is greater than negative 3. Oh. So there we go. And there you have it. All right. So any more questions, just let me know, and we'll go through this. So standard form of a quadratic equation. So I told you to pay attention to the cover. So up here, let's go to the cover. Up here, this is our standard equation. So y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. This is our standard form. So I want you guys to fill that in right here. Okay, and it says, let's see, it says, let's look back at our previous examples. How does this sign affect A? The sign of A affect the graph, and what does C represent? So A is going to represent our opening. Okay, does it open up or down? If it's positive value, okay, it's going to open up. If it's negative, it's going to open down. And what does C represent? Well, this is going to be my y-intercept. So let's look up here. Okay, so notice 27 was our y-intercept. So right there, 27, y-intercept, bingo. Look here, negative 15, y-intercept, negative 15. Okay, here, 4, y-intercept was, oh man, I keep making mistakes, was 4. Okay, so here, negative 4. Look at that, negative 4, negative 4. So there you have it. So C is your y, y-intercept. Okay. So now here you have independent practice. So make sure you complete this on your own, answer these questions, and then check the answer key that will be posted. Okay. So make sure you guys are following along, paying attention, things like that. Okay. And then when you are done with that page, I want you guys to move on and complete this page. Okay. Finding the table of values, use your graphing calculator, type these in. Okay. Just as I showed you in the last video. All right. So there you go, complete section 1, intro, independent practice on your own, along with graphing quadratic functions. Notice it still says chapter 8, section 1, intro, with the table of values on your own. All right, reach out to us if you have any questions.